I've put off doing this video because I have big, good news. The day has finally arrived that I can say that I am going to go see a DDO. If you don't know what one of those is, it's a diocesan director of ordinance. So every diocese has somebody in charge of candidates for ordination. And this is the first step of me becoming one of those candidates. It's a big deal. It's one of the big steps. As Lucy put it when she told me, because I went to see the rector, Lucy, today, and that's when she told me. She said that that's one gatekeeper down, as in her, and on to the next one. So this is a really big deal because this is where it gets official. I get put on the books. I move from exploration to discernment. And I'd kind of put off thinking about it since she talked to me about it because I don't know how I feel really. I think I just feel too much for me to process right now. I mean, it's not even, a yes. It's not even a recommendation for training or anything like that, It's still way back in the process. It's still a really early thing to happen, but it's been such a while since I started. Last September I turned up to Lucy's office and I expected to meet with the DDO within, weeks or a few months or something like that. And it's been over a year. I am happy, but there's this feeling I've got that, holy crap, shit just got real. Now, for anyone who hasn't read the Steps on My Journey tab on the blog, the discernment process with the DDO takes between 9 and 24 months. And most DDOs that you ask will tell you 18 months as an average. So that means I'm not going to do what my predecessor, the pastoral assistant at St Martin's, did, which was do this pastoral assistant job during his discernment and then apply and went to Cuddesdon the September after he finished. Because a year is a very short time, certainly for someone my age, I think, for discernment. And he had been in conversation with the diocese before his pastoral assistant job. I just keep thinking I'm going to be so nervous when I first go to talk to them. Lucy and I talked about various things. First of all, about the job, and I told her all about it. And she asked how my spirituality is going since I started it. And it's only been 4 weeks, but I was telling her how, I'm not praying personally anymore, but I'm having more prayer moments, is how I've described it. I'm having more moments when I'm more aware of God in my life at the time. I'm much more likely to send up a very quick prayer in the moment. And then once she told me that she wanted to send me to the DDO, we talked about what the process is going to look like, and we talked a lot about the balance between the fact that there is a human institution and there are hoops to jump through. But obviously in reality, you really don't want it to be like that. You want it to be a genuine, authentic experience. It's a journey that you're taking with your DDO or assistant DO or whoever I get assigned to. And it's tricky because you want to be open, but you want to maintain some sort of privacy. And you want to be true, but you don't want to do so in a way that means they perceive you differently or it has a really negative impact on your application. That's not to say you're trying to cheat the system and only sort of show your good side. As you can see as I'm trying to describe it, it's quite the balancing act. So we discussed that, and she gave me some good advice, and I asked her actually, because she was 24 when she went forward to ordination, what she would say to herself now, decades later. And her advice was, find what's right for you. Don't try and do what you think is right because other people want it. And that's good advice that I really hope I hold to, because as I move forward in this, I've got a lot more people to answer to, essentially. And therefore a lot more people I could be tempted to try and please. Anyway, that's the happy news, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you about the upcoming meetings as well.